Hey guys, welcome to another letterbox workshop. It's Andy here, back in the shop. Just wanted to make a quick update, show you what's been happening recently. I've had loads of new deliveries, so I'm going to unbox a few of those for you. I'm also just going to ask you a couple of questions on this bike. What do you think I should do with the headlight? What do you think I should do with the instrument cluster? I've got some ideas, but your thoughts, as ever, much appreciated. Coming up. Right guys, so let's crack on with the unboxing. This package came from Demon Tweaks here in the UK. To be honest, their customer service was a bit rubbish, but nonetheless. First up, we've got a little tube here of copper slip. I did look at quite a few options. This seemed like the best one. This is to put on bolts between different types of metal to stop them seizing up and to keep them lubricated over time. Got a simple roll here of black 1mm single core cabling just for general use across the bike. And then mostly what this order was for were these beautiful Renthal super low handlebars. They're made here in the UK. I have to say though, the quality on them is fantastic. I've had levers on and off these things for the last couple of weeks trying to get stuff to fit, switches and the like. The surface on them is still immaculate. It's very, very durable. They're a nice angle. It's a really nice colour. For the price, I think they're fantastic. That is a set of Biltwell grips. Again, it's going to be one of the main things that I'm touching on the bike on a day-to-day basis. I wanted something good quality. This isn't an eBay special by any stretch of imagination. You can get these for a couple of quid, but the Biltwell ones I think were about 10 or 15. These are the Kung Fu grips in chocolate. Again, with these, I was just blown away by the quality of them when they arrived. I expect them to be good. Biltwell's a well-known name, but they are superb. I'm taking out the existing fuse box on the handlebars just to tidy it up a bit, so I thought I'd upgrade to blade fuses while I was there. So next up, I think these are just a set of bar end mirrors. I decided to get rid of the large old Honda units that were fitted to the bike and fit something a little bit more subtle. These are about £10, I think. I'll put a link below to the exact model I went with. I quite like these because they're bar end, but they can fit either within the handlebar itself, or there's an option to take the fitting off and fit them over the end of the handlebar. Another small package here, very boring, just a little set of connectors just to get the fuse box wider. I've got a bigger pack coming up for future work on the project. Next up, this is the fuse box, just a little 6 fuse box. Again, I think it's about £5 on Amazon or eBay, link below. Came with a few fuses, which is really handy, quite good quality. So this is a second-hand part. I got some new clamps for the handlebars. I'm going to be taking the old fuse box off, and on that the handlebar mount is incorporated, so I need to replace that with something simpler. Next up, it seems obligatory on a cafe racer, but a remove before flight lanyard for my keys. And last but not least, here we have new headlights. Now, if you haven't seen my video on how to buy cafe racer parts cheaper, I'll put a link to it at the end of this video. Do check it out. Started off looking like it was going to cost me around about £80, and I managed to get it for about £20, including delivery. The first one that arrived was a bit dented, as you can see in the pictures here. There's a replacement on the way for that, however.
So as you can see, the light is on. I think it's looking pretty good. These big ears here are going to be going. It's a bottom mounted headlight, so that's going to have to come off. But tell me, what do you think? Do you think it's the right sort of size? Do you think it looks decent? Question number 2. These indicators. They are just awful. They're too big, they're too 80s. So I'm looking for something to tidy it up. I did initially think of bar end mirrors here with the mirrors on the bar ends though that I'm going with. I've got a feeling this is going to be a bit busy. Now with the headlight being a bottom mount, I haven't got the ears to mount indicators off, so that's not an option. What I was thinking of is some of the little clip-on ones that go around the fork itself, so that's one idea.
Next up, I've got rid of the instrument cluster on the bike, so the Speedo and the tack have gone. As you can see behind me, it's looking so much better. I'm so happy to have it gone. Now unfortunately I might have to chuck it back on for a couple of weeks just to get the thing roadworthy. It's starting to get warmer here in the UK, so I don't want to miss out on any potential riding. It's the old unit. It weighs a ton. I mean, the thing's as big as I am nearly. It's certainly, compared to that fuel tank, that's touching the fuel tank now. I mean, it's just enormous. And when I put it back on there, I just don't ever want to see the thing again, really. So I've got two options for a new Speedo, really. They're both the Daytona digital jobbies. They've got an analog dial, but they look a lot smarter than what's on there before. So I've got two options in terms of the size on that. Either I go for the 80mm, that has the idiot lights built in, so I'll know if I've left indicators on, if I've put it in neutral or not. That will all be shown. Let me show you how that looks on the bike. So that's the 80mm just there. I think it looks pretty decent. It's quite useful in the dials built in. It is twice the price of the smaller unit though, so I'm wondering whether it's worth the extra. So the other option I've got, if I don't go the 80mm, the smaller 60mm one, that doesn't have the idiot lights on, but it's half the price. So it's just a Speedo, there's no rev counter, nothing, just a Speedo and I presume a trip counter. That does look a lot neater on the handlebars. I'm wondering if I'll miss the idiot lights enough that I won't mind having a smaller 60mm dial. I do have an option to put some LEDs along the back here. I think I can do without the indicator reminder because I put a buzzer under the seat or something similar to that. It would just be the neutral, the oil pressure, stuff like that really. So let me know your thoughts on that. Do you think I go 60mm, cheaper, with less information? Or do you think I should go the full 80mm job, which has all the information I need on it? It's a bit dearer, but it's a one-stop shop. I just put it all on. So I should just say, this ignition barrel is going to be moved. I'm either thinking of chucking it down here, like Cafe Racer Dreams have done on their project, or when I get around to building the electrics tray, just putting it on the side, or maybe even the bottom of that. So guys, that's about it from this week's Letterbox workshop. I do hope you've enjoyed the show. If you have, please do hit that like button. Everyone that hits that like button, it provides so much motivation to coming back to this workshop and carrying on this build, doing the best I can up here. If you want to see how the progress is going, of course the subscribe button is also below. I'd be very grateful if you could hit that. The more of you that subscribe to this channel, the more motivation I've got to get these videos out once or twice a week going forward.